All right, y'all. What's going on? What a week. A lot of updates, a lot of content has dropped in the past 7 days. We got Omni-Man, and one of the main things that I want to talk about is the Golden Joysticks post about Mortal Kombat being voted the best multiplayer game. All right. I did not like the feedback from people saying that Mortal Kombat did not deserve this over Street Fighter 6. Now, I want to start by saying this. I don't know what games are considered in the best multiplayer game. So Street Fighter 6 could have been Mortal Kombat could have beat out a lot of games other than just Street Fighter 6 that people are not giving credit to. But I want to start with talking about why Street Fighter 6 did not deserve this award. All right. A lot of people are stuck on the fact that, yes, Mortal Kombat does have netcode issues. Yes, Mortal Kombat Online does not have a training mode. Yes, it's not cross-platform. I understand a lot of the complaints people have. I play this game practically every day. All right. I love this game. And I also own Street Fighter 6. And the honest truth of why I'm not surprised, and I've been preaching to the choir, I feel like I'm preaching to the choir about why Mortal Kombat will be a better game this generation than Street Fighter, is because Street Fighter has taken the ideology that the game is good as it stands. They have taken this 90s mindset that they are not touching the game outside of adding characters, possibly adding costumes. I'm not sure. We haven't seen any, but I'm gonna leave that with a possibility. But as far as balance patches, they're not touching it but once a year. Mortal Kombat, to this day, today is November the 14th, 2023. To this day, we've seen at least two balance changes on the game. And the game came out in September, so that's 2 months. And we've seen absolutely no balance changes for Street Fighter outside of the Rashid super glitch. So outside of fixing the glitch, Street Fighter has not touched their game. And a lot of people are saying it's the most balanced game ever. I would love to debate that, but I think I already have a video about debating that. So if y'all would like to see the video where I already debunked that, in my opinion, debunk it, if you go to my playlist, you'll see, I'm not sure what episode it is, but I'm pretty sure you could tell through the title what episode where I talk about Street Fighter 6 and which game is the most balanced. All right, I think I named it which Street Fighter is the best of this generation. And I think I went all the way back to Street Fighter 4. But anyway, that's beside the point. The reason, the absolute reason, without a shadow of a doubt, why this game is going to be Street Fighter in multiple, in my opinion, in multiple competitions or whatever you want to call it, is because the game is actually fun. Okay? All right? I hate to say this. People, all right, Street Fighter has always been the more technical game. It has always been the more technical game. Mortal Kombat over the last, say 10 years, I'm going to start back with Mortal Kombat 9, so a little bit over 10 years, has been the more glass cannon, high damage, excitement game, whereas where Street Fighter has been the more technical game. Only problem with this generation of Street Fighter is with the drive system, you had a chance to be just as damaging and exciting game. However, where they went wrong is it is very difficult to balance a universal system because of the fact that each character works different. The game needed to see how it played and then needed to be adjusted. I'm gonna tell you right now, the reason Street Fighter fan base has dropped, plummeted. I know they don't want to talk about it, but y'all, let's talk about it on this channel. If you go to your Capcom Fighting Network and look at the people online, I will promise you, you will see multiple people who have not turned that game on in 30 days. And the 30 days is a cap. All right. You don't know when they stop playing, but I assure you, some came back since Aki, which was in September. So you have multiple people who have been out well over 2 months. The game came out in June. The game is boring. All right, I am sorry to say that. If you look at the views on tournaments, Capcom Pro Tour, you are not going to see a lot of views on their tournament, and it's because I'm gonna tell you from a non-player. I'm gonna tell you how I'm the canary in the coal mine. I saw things happening, which is why my videos, way back when I started this download complete series, I was preaching to y'all the game is going to die. It is dying, and here it is. In my opinion, it is flatlining. All right. As a Manon player, I'm a canary in the coal mine because with limited options with Manon in a match, you could see the repetitiveness. You could see it. Everybody could see it. Some people are delusional, and some people just refuse to see what's right before their eyes. But the truth of the matter is, Drive Rush and Drive Impact run rampant in that game. They dominate that game. The game is played around it, and if your character does not have a strong Drive Rush, Manon, I'm gonna give you an example from Manon's perspective. Being that they wanted to balance her metal system, she has no plus frames, even if she drive rushes. So she cannot frame trap you. The best Manon can do is space trap you. Okay. If half the cast, I think that game has like, my memory of that game is not strong. I'm going to say 18 characters. It's between 16 and 18 characters. If that game has 18 characters, 1/3 of them, all right? 6 of them, 1/3 of them cannot be played. All right. If you're playing, if one competent player playing the top tier, the other player can. If both players are competent, one player just simply cannot compete with the bottom tier. So that brings you down to playing 12 of the 18 characters. Which, like I said, it's just gonna say it's 18 characters. Okay. At that point, if you're playing a mid-tier character, their drive rush or their drive impact, and by drive impact I mean the buttons that cancel into drive impact, such as standing hard punch for like Ken can cancel into drive impact, or their crouch and medium kick. If they cannot special cancel into drive impact, they become next to unplayable against the top tier. Top tier being JP, Ryu, Cammy, Guile, Jury, DJ. You know, that top tier Luke. So basically, I'm telling you, I'm long-winded. I understand. Hope you stay through the video. Half of the cast, more than half, I really want to lean towards 1/3 of the cast. It's the only characters you can pick and have fun. The rest, it has become repetitive because of the dominance of Drive Impact and Drive Rush. And there's basically no neutral because of it. All right, there's no neutral in that game. And even Mortal Kombat with all its glitches, it's fun because you have to learn the matchup. You have to learn the cameos. You have to figure out what cameo works with you. Even if Cyrax ran crazy in East Coast Throwdown, you still have the chance to learn how a cameo works with your character, how they fix their holes. We already had one DLC character in Omni-Man who is just amazing. It's just literally just worth the wait. All right, and we didn't wait long because the game just came out. But amazing character in the DLC. Invasions, though people hate it, or people complain. I'm not gonna say they hate it. People complain. There's content to get out of Invasions. There's a grind. Which I understand that we're talking about the Golden Globe Award, the Golden Joystick Award, which is about multiplayer. But back to the gameplay, since we're not going to talk about single player, there's a reason to play the game because it's not repetitive. It's not drive rush across the screen left and right. You may see Cyrax, or you may see Kung Lao over and over, but at the same time, it's not the only way that the game can be played. Drive Rush, Drive Impact is the only way the game can be played, and every character does it. So, back to why that award makes sense that Mortal Kombat won. People are just having more fun with Mortal Kombat, and it's just that simple. People are playing Mortal Kombat and they're still playing. People bought Mortal Kombat and they're still playing it. And they're still loving the game. Yes, they want balance changes. Yes, people want a better Sub-Zero, but that's not what the award is about. And that doesn't, you're not seeing the drop off. All right, I will say this about Mortal Kombat. A lot of people didn't really like the game. So let's say you didn't have the starting base that that you typically get out of an NRS game. But I don't believe you got the drop off. Now I say I don't believe because the game isn't really played on PC. It's not cross-platform, so we can't really compare the numbers like Street Fighter, which did make a good game. I'll never say that Street Fighter didn't make a good game. I just said that the game needs to be balanced to bring life into it. It just needs, the developers need to do something to make the game fun again. All right. See if my controller died, but the game, as it stands, it's just not gonna work. All right. If you don't touch Street Fighter 6, you're gonna end up with a good game that people will say was good, and it will be a good game that people stop playing, and you don't want that. And whereas Mortal Kombat, it's on the incline, and Street Fighter's on the decline. Street Fighter needs to be saved, whereas Mortal Kombat is currently being saved. All right. Their characters. One thing we can say about Mortal Kombat. All right, we understand that there's a top tier cameo cast, and we understand that Johnny Cage, Baraka, Raiden were probably the best characters for the first month. But with the balance of Cyrax, we don't know who's the best characters right now. I mean, you could say that they're the same characters, but at the same time, the only characters that people will probably say are low tier, or people say Natara, but I love fighting Natara. I don't really understand why she's low tier, but you could say Sub-Zero and Scorpion. Those are the only two that I really say that people could just say that they're low tier and you don't see much of them. The rest of the cast, people are interested in the characters and they play them. And that's what keeps the game alive. And that is why the game probably won the Golden Joysticks Award, because people are having fun playing the game. All right. I'm sorry. It just is what it is. I'm not trying to throw shade at Street Fighter. I want Street Fighter to be loved. Like all Street Fighters, well, Street Fighter 5, ugh. But Street Fighter 4 was loved. And Street Fighter 6 is loved. It's just the community is begging them to do something. And you got one half of the community begging them to do something. The other half defending the game, saying to leave the game alone. Well, look, again, like I said at the beginning of this video, I'm going to let y'all go. Look at your Capcom Fighting Network and see when's the last time most of the people have picked up this game. And if you see people that haven't picked up the game in 30 days, ask yourself, who did they play? And ask yourself, why is it that they stopped playing the game? And you could say skill issue. You can leave skill issue all you want in my comments. A lot of y'all won't even make it far enough to hear me say this, but you can leave skill issue. But the truth of the matter is people can get bored of a game. All right. And the developers can save the game. All right. It can be done. So if you disagree with me, and I know a lot of y'all feel like Street Fighter still should have been the Golden Joysticks Award, and I know none of us even know what that is. I don't even know why we care. But I just throw it out there because I'm like, I told y'all that Mortal Kombat was a funner game. So I'm just using the evidence I see to prove my point that Mortal Kombat is a funner game. It's not a better game. Street Fighter is a better game. But who cares when people are having fun? It's hard to tell somebody that they're not having fun to put the game. So it's hard to tell somebody that's having fun to put the game down. And that's what Street Fighter fans want you to do is, hey, our game is better. Stop playing that stupid game. It's not gonna happen. We're look at this. Even looking at the background. All right, that's a fighting game. All right, it's not just drive, rush, pressure, drive, rush, neutral, skip. Pressure. Somebody's gonna make a mistake, and I don't care. I know y'all are gonna say that there's ways to deal with drive rush. That's not my point. My point is once the drive rush happens, neutral has been skipped, and pressure's gonna go one way or the other. And the neutral game completely got skipped. Somebody's gonna get blown up and eat a ton of damage. Then you got wake up pressure. They'll probably get corner carried. The game will snowball in one character's favor, and it's because nobody had to legitimately fight over neutral. Somebody was going to crack and hit the drive rush button. The other person, whether they reacted or not, somebody's going to eat 400 damage, especially with the drive system and you having all your meter from round one fight. So 10 seconds into the game, somebody's ate 40% of their life. And it was all based on reaction. Did the person have the hand-eye skills to see and react to drive rush or drive impact? And y'all, I'm sorry, people are bored. people are bored. So we could talk about the solutions in another video. Especially, look, if y'all want to talk about solutions instead of just what do they call it? Constructive criticism. If y'all don't want to just break down a game, y'all want to build the game back up. Hey, let's leave a comment. We can talk about it in the next video. I'll read y'all comments and I'll see what people think, and we'll do some feedback. But you cannot sit here and say the game is fine, leave it alone. All right, that's just where we're at. So please, if y'all don't mind, hit the like button, subscribe to my channel. I'm just trying my hardest to get to 500 views. I could not do a live stream today because my internet is down. So I'm just gonna make content, sitting here talking to the community like I love doing. All right, so I'll see y'all later. Peace.